He said, "I'm sorry." And like every time before, I believed him. Because when you love someone, you want their apology to mean change, not repetition. But some people don't say sorry to fix what they broke. They say it to glue you back just enough to break you again. Sophia met Marcus during a volunteering event at a local shelter. He was charming in that effortless way, the kind of man who made strangers laugh and made you feel seen in a crowded room. When he smiled, his dimples appeared like commas in a story you didn't want to end. He helped her carry boxes, wiped dust from her cheek, and said, "You've got the kindest eyes I've ever seen." Within weeks, they were inseparable. He adored her cooking, sent flowers just because, and called her, "my reason to be better." For Sophia, love finally felt safe. Until safety turned into surrender. It began small, a burst of anger over a forgotten call. He raised his voice, then caught himself, kissed her forehead and whispered, "I'm sorry, baby. I just love you too much." His words melted her fear. He thought maybe he's just passionate. The next week he snapped again, this time over her posting a photo with friends. When she confronted him, he sighed, "I hate how other men look at you. I just worry." Then came the flowers, the apology dinner, the same phrase, "I'll do better." It sounded sincere. But sincerity means nothing without change. Days of peace followed by nights of tension. Love laced with guilt. Apologies wrapped in roses. Each, "I'm sorry," came with a new promise. "I'll never yell again. I'll trust you more. I'll control my temper." Each promise dissolved before the ink of forgiveness dried. Sophia started tracking his apologies in her journal. By the third month there were 12. Each one identical. Each one meaningless. One evening, after he accused her of flirting with a coworker, she cried, "Marcus, you don't trust me." He stared coldly, then softened, "You're right. I'm sorry." He hugged her, kissed her hair, and within that same hug whispered, "But you shouldn't smile at men like that. They might get the wrong idea." Apology followed by control. Love followed by blame. That's how he kept her trapped. Sweet poison in gentle words. The breaking point came on a Sunday morning. They'd planned breakfast at her favorite cafe. Marcus arrived late, smelling of perfume that wasn't hers. Her stomach tightened. "Where were you?" He laughed. "Relax. I was with friends." But when she noticed lipstick on his collar, silence filled the air like thunder before rain. She asked again. He glared. "You're accusing me now?" Her voice cracked. "I just want honesty." He shouted, "You're driving me to this. You never trust me." Then just as quickly he softened, knelt beside her, tears in his eyes. "I'm sorry, Sophia. You know I love you. I'll fix this." And she broke again because his tears looked real. After that day, every fight ended the same way. Why? A tearful apology. A temporary calm. Apology became currency. He used it to buy more chances. One night, when she caught him texting another woman, he pleaded, "It's nothing. I just needed someone to talk to. Please don't make a scene." "I'm sorry." She forgave him again. Because forgiveness felt safer than loneliness. Weeks later, Sophia noticed she no longer laughed the way she used to. Her body felt tense even in moments of peace. Every time he smiled, she wondered which version of him she'd get that day, the lover or the liar. She realized she was living in apology limbo, caught between who he promised to be and who he really was. One evening, as she reread her journal of apologies, she counted 37 entries. 37 I'm sorries. 37 resets. 0 change. Her tears blurred the ink until every page looked the same. A sea of repeated pain. That night she whispered, "He's not sorry he hurts me. He's sorry I noticed." The next morning, Sophia packed her things. Marcus walked in stunned. "What are you doing?" "I'm leaving," she said quietly. He reached for her hand. "Wait. I can change. I'll prove it. I'm sorry." She pulled away. "No, Marcus. You don't say sorry to change. You say it to reset." For once she didn't cry. For once the apology didn't work. She walked out into the sunlight, the same world she'd hidden from, and breathed. The air burned, but it was clean. Healing wasn't instant. She missed him, the version she thought was real. She replayed every apology, every smile, every "I'll do better." Then she began therapy. She learned that love isn't about who says sorry the most. It's about who stops giving you reasons to need it. She learned that broken trust doesn't heal through repetition. It heals through action. Apologies without change are manipulation. Tears can lie. Consistency cannot. Love should never need constant fixing. Forgiveness isn't healing when pain keeps repeating. You can't rebuild trust with the same hands that keep breaking it. I'm sorry loses meaning when it becomes habit. Change requires effort, not words. Peace after an apology means nothing if fear returns tomorrow. You deserve growth, not cycles. Sometimes leaving is the loudest forgiveness. Months later, Sophia saw Marcus outside a cafe. He looked startled, guilty, maybe even nostalgic. He smiled weakly. "Hey, you look good." She nodded. "So do you." He hesitated. "I still think about us." "I'm sorry." She smiled sadly. "I know," she said. "And that's the problem. You're always sorry." She turned and walked away as rain began to fall, each drop washing away the last remnants of his promises. If you've ever accepted an apology that came wrapped in the same pain, remember this. Real love doesn't keep breaking you just to fix you again. Share this story with someone trapped in a cycle of fake forgiveness. Subscribe to Echoes of Her Tears for Day 4. The love that silenced my voice. Because sometimes the word sorry is just another way to say, see you next time.